Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to page 41. A very short lesson on just a few more Italian terms and signs. So first off, we're going to talk about a few terms like allegretto. Okay, allegretto here, it's a tempo marking which literally translates to moderately fast. Sometimes you'll find this little suffix, this little ending, etto, at the end of some tempo markings. It generally means not quite as, or moderately. Okay, it's sort of like the mezzo. For dynamics, you have mezzo forte, mezzo piano, just moderate soft, moderate loud. The etto for tempos is the moderately, it's the medium, okay? So it's just a little bit, just a hair slower than allegro, all right? So that's what that generally means, okay? Faster than, now again here there's a little bit of a typo, faster than andante, even after andante there's moderato, okay? So moderato is a little bit faster than andante, all right? So that'll just to sort of orient yourself for this stuff here, where you have to order these tempo markings from fastest at the top to slowest at the bottom. A new tempo marking as well, lento, means very, very, very slow. Slower than adagio. Adagio, if you'll remember, is 66 to 76 beats a minute, right? So let me just find it here again real quick. 66 beats a minute is right here. Okay, and so lento is even slower than that. Have a listen. Okay, there's 52 beats a minute. All right. Again, they're not hard and set numbers, but generally that's the order in which music is written for tempo. Okay, so that should give you all the information you need to do this activity here. You can get to it on your own in just a moment. We'll just finish up these definitions, end this lesson, you can carry on with the worksheet. Cantabile. It's a very descriptive type term which means in a singing style. If you're playing something simple like Twinkle Twinkle, let's say, and you go da 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 da, okay, and it's kind of choppy and march-like, okay, someone might say, well, let's make that more cantabile, more in a singing style, little more delicate, more sweet, and you might go da 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 da. You might connect the notes a little more. You might make it more melodic. Okay, so the cantabile is really just a descriptor type term. Okay, if you are a churchgoer, you might know that the person at the front of the church who leads the singing, the person at the podium, at the microphone, who sort of leads the the musical part of a lot of church services, they are called the cantor, because they do the singing, they lead the singing. Okay. Okay, almost done here. We're going to get to the word poco. Poco means a little, and so because it doesn't really mean anything on its own, it's often used before other terms. Like here, you might have poco crescendo, just a little bit of increasing the volume. Poco a poco, little by little. So you might do a rit poco a poco, right? Which means little by little, slow down the tempo. Ritardando, okay? You would not have a poco ritenuto, right? Because that's already an immediate change of tempo. Ritenuto, but poco could come before dynamic changes, it could come before tempo changes, it could also sometimes even come before articulation markings. Like if a piece of music is supposed to be staccato, right, detached, da 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 dee da da, instead of saying staccato, they might say poco staccato, just a little bit detached, da 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 da, da, da. So yes, they're detached, but you still give the notes some length. Okay, so again, it's kind of a descriptor term. Just do a little bit of whatever it says. Poco crescendo, poco diminuendo, poco whatever. Okay, oh, sorry about that. And then finally, the last little thing here, affermata. I'm sure you've seen this before. Often this will happen over top of a note value or a rest value. It literally means hold the note or pause on whatever is below this marking. So here's going to be your staff below it, probably a note value, a half note or a whole note, maybe even a quarter note, maybe a whole rest, okay? But essentially, hang on to whatever's happening there, look up, because the conductor will cut it off and carry on, okay? So there are a few new musical terms. Some of them might be new, some of them might not be new. Either way, you can complete the rest of this worksheet on your own. Okay, just to give you a sense of what's going on here, circle the term which doesn't belong in each of these groups. So you're just going to look at the groups from top to bottom, one group here, one group there, one group there. Read each term, know what they mean, and find the one term in each set of 4 that doesn't belong. Okay, you might read them and say, most of these terms are dynamic terms. They're about volume. But this one is about tempo, so that's the one that I'm going to circle. Okay, circle the term in each of these 4 that doesn't belong. And then finally, another musical analysis, okay, activity. Here we're going to talk about, you're going to be looking at some tempo markings, you're going to be looking at some dynamic markings, and other terminology and other symbols. Okay, so have a look at that, answer those questions, and we'll take them up in class. Enjoy your lesson, enjoy the worksheet. Take care, see you next time.